Welcome to Reef and Pondwise. It's another spectacular evening in the hobby. Now, if you're new to the channel and you love reef keeping and pond keeping like I do, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Today's video is about color in your reef tank. I was hit up on Instagram day before yesterday by actually two different people, and they were wondering about the soft coral. Apparently one of the gentlemen was new into the hobby and said, wow, how did you get so much different color in your tank? And so today's video is going to cover some of the soft coral and some of the color coral that are reasonably inexpensive and easy to keep for beginners. So let's get started. So I've got this really unique structure in my aquascape that has a hollow rock, and I've got a zoa garden growing around the edges, and it's highlighted with some Gonopora. I've got one there, I've got a red one there, I've got a really super neon green one in the back there. But some of these soft corals are what really adds color and texture to the tank. And so I'm going to focus really on this bottom corner of the tank. It's going to be like 1/8 of the tank, but I want to show beginners some things that you'll want to look for as you're placing your coral. And as you can see, this being a mixed reef tank, I've got quite a bit of softy variety in here. So down here, there's some bam bams on a rock. When I got that frag, it was literally 4 heads, and that is a beautiful rock of bam bams, zoa bam bams. And then right behind there are some nuclear green Palythoas. And then over here, these are really unique. These are beautiful, what are called firework clove polyps. And there's a variety of different really bright colors. It's got some nice movement. And guys, even though this is a mixed reef tank with a variety of SPS, LPS, and soft coral, I've always been attracted to the coral that have lots of movement. For example, some of these clove polyps that are on this bridge are absolutely gorgeous. The purple green polyps, the blue and the yellow are just marvelous in terms of flow and color. And then what I try to do to answer the question on Instagram was, when I pick out these soft coral, I like to try to get colors that are unusual, because as hard as you try, it seems like green is pretty dominant in this hobby. Now, don't get me wrong, I love green, but when you're picking out corals and you can find reasonably priced corals that are these deep oranges, like the WWC Orange Crush and the WWC Aquaman, the light blue and green mushrooms that are on the top of that rock there, they just add character and color to your aquarium. So one of the things that got me into this hobby many years ago was movement in a tank, which is one of the reasons I love these anemones. This is a rose bubble tip anemone hosted by a maroon clownfish, and he was one of the first coral that I put in this tank. And as you probably know as hobbyists, and if you don't know, being new into the hobby, these coral here love to have pristine water quality. So if you're new into the hobby, one of the keys to success in this hobby is water parameters. And you really have to watch your water quality before you can even put an anemone in your tank. So this is the bottom quarter of my tank. You can see that there's lots of good coralline algae growing on the rock, which is a great sign that you're ready for coral. I have some LPS down here as well that don't require a lot of light. But some of these coral, these soft coral, have such good movement and really enhances the experience when you're watching or looking at your tank and enjoying your tank. That toadstool coral back there when I got it was the size of a quarter, and now it has just grown into this beautiful wavy specimen with these long green tentacles. This neon Nephthia in the front is another easy to keep coral, but as you can see, they're green. Now those the Superman mushrooms there are very, very colorful. There's blues, reds, oranges, yellows, a little purple. And what's really cool about some of these mushrooms and some of these zoanthids is that you can grow these out and take them to your fish store, and you can get store credit on some of your supplies. So if you're a beginner and you're interested in recouping some of your investment, what I'll do in particular with these mushrooms is I'll put a rock underneath them and let them grow onto a rock that I can remove once they've anchored themselves into the rock. I'll take the rock and take a mushroom or two, and I'll take them up to the fish store, and they'll give me store credit. So this really is just, like I say, the bottom quarter of my tank, and you can see the color. And I don't want to get into the whole tank because we'd be here all day reviewing these corals. So I just wanted to show you real quick some of the color that you can get with just some mushrooms, some clove polyps, and some zoanthids. There's a chalice, golden eyes chalice there. The Gonipora in the back is just a bright, super neon green. So I will get into the rest of my tank in another video, but there are a ton of different coral in here. And if you look here, just this bottom section of the tank is gorgeous. And typically what I like to do is have the soft corals towards the bottom of the tank. They don't require as much light, and usually most of the LPS would be in the middle to upper range of the tank, and then your SPS would be at the top of the tank. So just a quick little tour of some very, very beautiful, very, very friendly beginner coral here in my REEF tank. So guys, if you like the video, give it a like. I'll be shooting more videos with some additional coral photos and commentary. And so remember guys, anybody can build a REEF tank, but it takes somebody special to keep one, and that someone special is you.